Hi guys, Juniper, and welcome back to my legendary playthrough of Skyrim on the Xbox 360. We're currently in the Thieves Guild in Riften because, if you remember at the end of the last episode, we tortured 4 prisoners in the Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary in Dawnstar, and they all revealed the location of a treasure chest, basically. So we picked up those. The last of those was in Riften, so I figured we might as well come in here because we've got a couple of missions to hand in to Delvin, namely the numbers job, and we also did a special job as well for him. So we might as well go hand those in, and then for the rest of this episode I'm going to dedicate it to getting smithing to 100 and also just recapping the alchemy side of things. So, you know, all the potions that I've been using up until this point, I'm going to quickly run through them so that people new to the series will have that information as well. I mean, as most of you know, I do tend to keep the recipes for each potion in the description of the episode that it actually features in. But I thought I might as well just run through it, just to kind of recap for new people, and then we can crack into the Civil War. So for now, let's speak to Delvin.
Oh, you're back?
Yes, I am, and I've completed a numbers job.
Ooh, nicely done. Here's your share.
Cha-ching, mate. 500 gold, very nice. I've also finished a special job in Windhelm. If you remember, we had to kill some elves who'd set up their own kind of Thieves Guild, and we burnt the banner as well. I think they're called the Somerset Thieves or something like that, I can't remember.
Torsten was gratified the death of his daughter was avenged, and the heirloom was returned.
Very good.
At this very moment, he's laying the groundwork for the guild to re-establish itself in Windhelm. Burning that banner was a nice touch too.
I thought so.
Should send a clear message to the Somerset Shadows that we're a force to be reckoned with. I think you'll find that the guild is beginning to grow. We've had a merchant move into the space right outside the flagon. It's nice to shake off the cobwebs and get things rolling again. Keep this up, and I can see a bounty headed our way.
Nice. So let's get another job off him while we're here.
All the fishing, numbers, if breaking's more your thing.
Okay, let's do numbers
Most
job.
of the establishments in Skyrim, your job feel like doing a bit of writing.
Yeah, I mean, the main reason I do these is, again, because they're just so easy. You can do them with the people actually in the shop, and there's not that big a risk of a bounty, so it's just easy, you know, quick, do it and carry on.
Keep this up and you'll be rich enough to retire before you know it. Good luck.
Thanks. So where's it going to send us to? That's the main question, because there is one that actually Whiterun stables in Whiterun. Yeah, why not? Okay, that's fine. Because what we need to do 5 in each of the major cities, and then we'll get access to a fence. I mean, as for example, Torsten, the one that we did in that he was mentioning just then, the Windhelm job, that he'll basically have more money than a normal shopkeep. So it's kind of useful to have. And then as we go as well, these little alcoves will actually fill with traders. So for example, there should be. Yep, here he is. There's the new guy. So this guy's now moved in to trade with the Thieves Guild, basically, set up a shop here. And yeah, let's see what he sells.
Skilled, lethal, and good looking.
Thank you.
Yep, it's a curse.
Okay.
Take a look.
I think this guy has, yeah, mainly weapons more than anything else. Yeah, quite a nice selection there. And again, 2,120 is not bad thing to have around, because I'll take that ore because I'm going to transmute it. And can we upload anything on him like that, for example? I've probably got quite a lot of random stuff actually. Oof, yeah, loads of random stuff. I've been carrying this for around for so long, I don't really know what half it is or where it came from. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's cool. So let's get over to Honeyside. And hopefully we could do this all in one episode. Because right now, let's just check our magic situation. Where are we at? So smithing's at 94, so it's not got that far to go. We should get that quite easily just by making jewellery. Enchanting, I want to add a couple more of perk points down this side just to get these frost and fire enchantment perks, because it makes sense to do it. We might as well, both for our armour and also for our weapons. And then the other one is Alchemy, which is 49 right now. It's quite low, but hopefully we can get it high enough, because what I'm thinking of doing, actually I might do it right now, is let's make that legendary. And as you can see, speech has gone down to 15 now, so it's going to be a bit of a burden at first, because it means that we can only sell certain things to certain traders, and they won't have as much money. But it doesn't really matter too much, because I'll probably get that back up to 100 again off camera without any problems with what I've got in mind. But the main thing is I've now got 8 perk points that I can spend in other places. So the first place we need to spend it, we need to keep 1 obviously for smithing, to go in there. But in enchanting we can go down this side here, and we'll get that one, this one, and this one. And we've still got 5 perks left, so let's see, where else could we spend these? Well, yeah, we can actually put another point in there, so might as well. Basically means that our potions are going to be worth a little bit more. Same there. Oops. Potions you mix. Okay, we'll do that as well. Just adds value basically more than anything else. Poisons, why not? And then we've got 1 perk left which I'm saving for smithing, so that worked out quite well. For now let's try and remember the way out of here, because I always get confused. Let's go to Honeyside and do some alchemy. Okay, so quickly going to run over to, whoops, to Honeyside if I can remember. Yeah, I remember. It's over this bridge. What? What's going on? Oh man, random encounter. Now because this guy is quite close to the town guard, I don't really want to mess things up too much, so let's go Miriam's razor.
Just give up! You can't win! Ah!
Oof, this guy's going to get massacred. I don't want to hurt any of the guys from Riften just because they'll then aggro on me.
That's the best you can do!
So,
that your best? Huh? You're a disgrace. Enough!
I kind of feel sorry for him because he probably works for me, to be honest. Now that I'm the guild master of the Thieves Guild. But anyway, had to be done. What's he got? A bowl, goblets. We'll take it. Take it all. It's a shame you can't take his armour, but anyway. So anyway, we were on our way home to basically, can we make any? No, we'll do it in order. Basically going to mix some potions for the rest of this episode. I'll just check if our gardens respawned, because normally you get a little garden here with some useful ingredients, but unfortunately it looks like they've not respawned yet. Because normally the ingredients you'll find out and about will respawn every 10 days, or on like a 10-day cycle.
Conjure me up a warm bed, would you?
Don't make me, don't tell me to smack you one. Right, anyway, let's get in, because time's are ticking. Okay, so here's Home Sweet Home as my house call.
See you again, my friend.
And one thing I just wanted to demonstrate to you guys is, if you check out this table, and if we put in, you know, some of the rubbish we got off that thief, so for example that steel dagger, so I'm pressing X now, and it's still waiting, and there it is, it's in, and that's because this end table is just so full of rubbish that I've picked up when I was loot whoring, basically. Remember in my episodes when I used to say, right, I'll just go over to Honeyside and ditch all the stuff? Well, literally that's what I did. And as you can see, there's loads and loads and loads and loads of stuff to sell, which is good because it means I'll probably get my speechcraft up to 100 again in no time. So what I've got is basically this chest is the chest that I keep all the good stuff in, the named items and things like that. This one here is the one we're interested in right now. This is all my ingredients, so we'll grab those. And as you can see, I'm already overweight, so it just shows you how many ingredients I've got. This is basically my general crap table, where I keep all the stuff I want to sell. This one here is enchanting, so you know there's quite a lot of soul gems in here. There's quite a lot of jewellery as well that I can then enchant. That's how I got my enchanting to 100 quite quickly. You just basically bang out jewellery and then enchant it with any old rubbish, it doesn't really matter. And then this one here we'll be using a little later on. This is my smithing store where I have all the ores, and you know, dragon bones we've got 38 so far, dragon scales 39, so yeah, that's quite good. But for now let's make it down to the alchemy station. Because the good thing about this house in Honeyside above Breeze Home in Whiterun is that you actually get an arcane enchanter and an alchemy station, whereas in Breeze Home you only really get one. So it's kind of nice in that aspect. But for now, let's equip what we need to equip, which is the the power potion stuff we made. So created potions are 29% more powerful. What I'm more interested in is the value rather than the actual potency, because these ones, until we get to 100, it's not really worth making full-on combat potions. So I'm going to make a couple of examples just so you know, but that's about it. So let's get over to the alchemy table. And the first one we're going to make is probably the easiest one when you come straight out of Helgen on your way down to Whiterun. You'll pick up a lot of these ingredients, which is literally blue mountain flower, lavender, which is somewhere down here. There we go, lavender, and wheat, which you'll get from the farms that you'll come across as on the way up to Whiterun. And what it does is it makes a potion of fortified health, which isn't really that great in terms of, to keep in your inventory for use out in the field. But it is quite good at leveling up. As you can see, my alchemy really rocketed. You only might have to make about 3 or 4 of them, and you'll be burning through the main alchemy levels like you won't believe. Especially as an early character. Obviously, as alchemy increases, it takes longer and it takes more of them to actually make a difference. But I'm going to speed this up until we run out of ingredients. Okay, so as you can see, just from that simple potion, we've gone from 49 to 56 in alchemy, which is pretty good. Another really easy one to make as well is, if I get back up the list to, where is it, Dragon's Tongue. Dragon's Tongue, which you find, the easiest place to find it without any combat is Solitude, but you can also find it wandering the roads of Kinesgrove. So it's Dragon Tongues, Fly Manita, which you'll find, the first examples you'll find is in Riverwood. If you side with the Stormcloaks, there'll be like a little family meeting between Ralph and his family, and you'll see there's a couple of examples just there behind that tree. So it's quite an easy one to find, normally in caves as well. And then the third one is Mora Tapanella, which is kind of a little mushroom that grows on tree trunks. Again, you'll find quite a lot of those on the way down from Helgen to Riverwood. And again, what it does, it actually makes a potion to regenerate stamina, which isn't really that useful out in the field again. I mean, it'll give you a boost to two-handed, which may be useful, and also illusion spells. But, it's not really that useful. But what it is useful for is look how much it's worth. It's like 1,726. So even a low-level character, it's worth quite a lot of gold. And if you make one of them, as you can see, the alchemy bar again just shoots up. So it's definitely worth making it. So I'm just going to speed this up until I've run out of ingredients again. And we're probably going to level up actually as well, which would be nice. We'll just stop in there. Okay, fair enough. The other one that we can do as well, which is quite a good one, is a potion of slow. I think I've already done that here. So I'll just quickly whiz down to it so it makes it easier. Okay, maybe not. Oops, no, I don't do that. Because what you do with that is you mix Deathbell, which you'll find in and around Morthal, with Saltpile, which you'll find pretty much in any barrel, especially in Riften. The barrels in Riften are just full of the stuff. And also, in my case, I tend to use Red Mountain Flower, but you can also use Jazzberry Grapes. So I'll show you the difference. So I've gone past the Deathbell as usual. Hold on 1 second. Deathbell, right, there's Deathbell. And then you've got Saltpile. Okay, so there you go, Poison of Slow. It's worth 920 at the moment. Target moves at 50% speed for 99 seconds. And then if you add some Red Mountain Flower to it, it'll add actually poison damage to the mix, which is quite useful if you were going to use it as a combat potion. If not, you could just keep it like that for general selling purposes. And then also if you add Jazzberry Grapes, it actually adds a lot more. I mean, as you can see, the value is shot up from 920 to 1624. And as well as the target being slowed down, Magicka also regenerates 79% faster. And the target is also weaker to Magicka, which is quite useful. So let's bang out as many of these as we can as well. As you can see again, the bar is just shooting up, but I'll speed it up until we finish. Okay, so as you can see, we've leveled up as well. So that's that one. Another one which is quite useful again as a very early level character is a potion of sneak. Just because it helps you get those critical attack bonuses early on before you can actually find the muffle spell, for example, or any kind of armor with muffle on it. And it's quite an easy one again to make. All you need is Frost Miriam, which you find in most kitchens around Skyrim. It's really easy to find, and then also Purple Mantiflower, which again you will have picked up tons of the stuff on the road down from Helgen to Whiterun. So 2 ingredients, Fortified Sneak, again not really worth that much, but you can also get frost damage resistance and harder to detect. The bar doesn't shoot up exactly as much as the other ones, but it is quite a useful one to make. Next on my list is one that has saved my life so many times in this playthrough, and that is the Paralysis Potion. Now Paralysis Potion is it's quite an easy one to make, but it's quite a hard one to find ingredients, if that makes sense. There's Imp Stool, which you'll normally find in caves. White River Watch, which is quite close to Whiterun, is a really good source of it. The only problem with it is it's also full of bandits. And then the other one is Swamp Fungal Pod, which is in and around Morthal. Again, the only problem with that is as a low level character, you're going to have to contend with frostbite spiders and also chorus, so you know you've got to be quite careful. And what that does is the target's paralysed for 21 seconds, but unfortunately it also restores 104 points of health, and that's due to the Swamp Fungal Pod. It's kind of a side effect that it has. So what I tend to do to kind of combat that is if you add Slaughterfish eggs, for example, it will actually add some poison damage to it, to the mix, which is quite good. So you know that's another one that we can make. Again, I'm not going to make too many of them now because I don't want to waste the ingredients when my level is still quite low. But that's the Potion of Paralysis. Another famous one is the Marksman Potion, which gives you a boost to your archery. Now again, in this case, the easiest way you can make it is when you're in Helgen, you'll actually find some Elves hanging up in the first kind of area, and if you combine those with some spider's eggs, which again you'll find on the way out of the kind of Helgen prison break bit, as you can see at the moment bows will do 83% more damage for 60 seconds, which is a really good potion in itself. But if you throw in some garlic, which is again you'll find it in most kitchens, here it is, garlic. Oh, okay, it doesn't do anything with that, it'll only do it with juniper berries. Fair enough, so that's the easiest one. And then if you take out the spider's eggs, and you add the more traditional, I mean this is the first one that I used to make, which is juniper berries, which you'll find in and around Markarth, sorry. That again does the same job as the spider's eggs, but then if you add some garlic to it, it will actually regenerate your health as well, 104% faster for 300 seconds. So that makes it a really good combat potion, because obviously if you get hit, at least you know that you're going to generate some health along the way. But again, I'm not going to make too many of those just now because I don't want to waste the ingredients until I get my alchemy back up to 100. Now, dragons are always a big problem, and there's two kind of dragon busting potions, I guess you could call it. One of them again is using Dragon's Tongue, which you'll find in and around Canis Grove, together with Purple Mountain Flower, which again you'll find on most of the roads in and around Skyrim, and also Snowberries. Now Snowberries you'll find in Windhelm, for example, in the farms. It's quite easy to get hold of, and as you can see this will give you resistance against frost and also fire, so it's a pretty good little potion. But the one that I found that was actually more effective, and I found it quite recently by accident again, is Mudcrab Chitin, which you get from killing mudcrabs obviously. Thistle, which again you find stacks of the stuff on the roads, especially on the road from, for example, Helgen to Whiterun again. You'll find tons of this stuff just lying around. And then Snowberries. what this does, again, you've got the resistance to frost and the resistance to fire, but you've also got resistance to poison, which can be quite useful, especially if you come up against some of the dragons that have these poison shouts. And also, obviously, if you come up against Chorus and things like that, it's quite a nice one to have quite a few on board that you can then use for any kind of situation you might find yourself. I mean, I'm not too bothered, for example, because I'm a red guard, so I kind of have a kind of racial perk, which means I'm actually resistant to disease. But, you know, some other characters don't have that. So it's kind of a nice little potion to do. And again, it doesn't really shoot the bar up too much, but it is worth quite a lot as well. So you could always, like, use it either for yourself or, you know, for money. Another one you're going to probably use quite a lot is Fortified Enchanting, which again is really easy one to make. It's literally blue butterfly wings, which you'll find again in and around Whiterun, for example, and also Snowberries, which again you'll find in Windhelm, more or less. So again, it's quite an easy one. There's not really much combat to try and get them, the ingredients, and what that does is fortify your enchanting, and obviously the higher your alchemy, the better the Fortified Enchanting is. Another one that I've mentioned quite a lot as well is the Fortified Smithing. Again, a really simple one to do, which is just 2 ingredients: Blisterwort, which is here, and Glowing Mushrooms, which is somewhere down here. And again, for 30 seconds, that just means your weapon and armour improving is 83% better. Because what a lot of people don't realise is your smithing level doesn't actually dictate the quality of the items. It just, you know, you can make dragon armour with, it doesn't really matter, as long as you've got 100% smithing. So that's a bad example. So for example, if you make elven weapons, it's always going to be the same stats. But what is important is then your fortified smithing attributes. So for example, you can enchant necklace, some armour, a ring, and a helmet, I think it is, with fortified smithing enchantments, and then also take one of these fortified smithing potions, and that will mean that you can actually improve your bows a lot more, for example. I mean, that's why my Dragon Slayer does as much damage as it does, because I've improved it, and then I've also used the fortified smithing enchanted items and a potion to basically bump that up over the normal level. So that's quite a good one as well. There's also a fortified barter potion, which again is quite easy to make, and that's just using, again, 2 ingredients you can find in and around Whiterun, which is just the normal butterfly wings, which I'm blind, there they are, the normal style butterfly wings, and then tundra cotton, which is kind of a white plant, and there's loads of stuff on the roads in and around Whiterun, and again it just gives you a little boost to your haggling, which isn't that great later on, but as an early level character, again, to try and get the best deal you can for the items that you're trying to trade, it's quite a good one to have. And just check out my list, there's another good one that's actually using ingredients that are quite easy to come across, which is, I'll just check, it's Blue Mountain Flower, so Blue Mountain Flower, with bone meal, which you'll get from Draugr, for example, or skeletons. And then it's also with some chicken eggs, which you'll again find in any farm. Poison with damage, magic and regen, so it's quite good against mages as a combat potion, but it's also worth a heck of a lot. It doesn't really increase your alchemy that much, but the actual coin potential of it makes it definitely worth banging out as many of these as you actually can. What else? I think that's pretty much all of them. Ah yeah, that's quite a good one. Invisibility potion, which again is using Nirnroot, which again you'll find throughout this this game. That, you know, Nirnroot. Luckily, it's not like Oblivion, so you don't have to actually keep onto it, which is quite good. So you can either use that with, for example, Nirnroot and Vampire Dust if you start killing vampires. That's one way of doing it. So there's invisibility for 83 seconds, and it's worth over 1,000 gold. Which again, depending on your speech level, you may get 1,000 gold for it, you might get slightly less. So that's quite a nice one to have. There's another one that you can use with sludgefish, eggs, and where is it? Nordic barnacles. Nordic barnacles you normally find on boats. It helps fortify pickpocketing, which is quite useful. So I might actually make a couple of those, because I haven't been doing that much pickpocketing in this Let's Play, but I might start because it's kind of fun. And just looking at my list, I don't think there's really anything else to help to sort of mention to you. I think the good one is Fortify Carryweight, which again I've already found that one. That's Creep Cluster, for example, with a Giant's Toe you wouldn't really want to use, to be fair. I mean, it is worth 1,304, but you wouldn't really want to waste your Giant Toes on this this kind of potion. You can use Scalia Bullet, which you'll find again on trees. And what it does, again, carry capacity is increased by 83 for 300 seconds, so it might help you out of a situation if you find yourself you know, overcome and not being able to move that quickly. So again, it's quite a nice one to have. And probably the most expensive potion that I can find anyway in the game, I'll just do it quickly, is Creep Cluster. So Creep Cluster with Giant's Toe, which is there, and then if you throw some wheat in there, wheat, where you at? Oh, I used it all up, dang it. If you throw some wheat in there, that's quite good. But other alternatives to wheat are hanging moss, which again you'll find quite a lot in and around Markarth. Or I think bear's claws also do it. Yeah, so as you can see there's a potion worth 3,209, which is Creep Cluster, Giant's Toe and Blair's Claw. So you know, that's quite good, and look at how it just smashes the alchemy level that you wouldn't believe. And that's pretty much it, guys. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to quickly run through making as many potions as I can. But you don't have to sit through that, so I'll be fine. I'm just going to make some random potions until I get my alchemy level up to 100 again. And I'm going to call it here for this video. Coming up in the next video, we're going to be doing some smithing. And then from that, we're going to join the Stormcloaks. So I hope you join me for it. I hope you found this this video interesting. Like I say, I'm going to leave all the ingredients and recipes that I've mentioned in the comment section to this video. And it's always a good thing whenever I mention a potion as well, just to check the description, because it usually is in there. I do take the time to do that. And yeah, guys, hope you found this interesting. If you have, a like would be quite good on this one, just so that, you know, more people get to know about it. And I'll catch you all next time. For now though, guys, as always, thanks for watching, take care, and peace.